Hey everybody, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in to another video of One Tool a Week guy. If you're new to the channel, we take a look at tools every week. So if you love tools, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So what is it that we're going to be looking at this week? Well, if you ask me, we're getting back into that building a tool bag segment. Sorry I haven't made more of them. The parts and tools are getting a lot more pricier, and I am self-funded. I'm not sponsored by nobody, so this is just everything that's coming out of my own personal money. So with that being said, guys, this week we're going to be adding a angle grinder. So what kind of angle grinder is it that you're going to be using? Well, it all depends on what type of situations and what type of trades you're going to be in, and also what you're going to be using it for. So with that being said, guys, the first angle grinder that we're going to go ahead and take a look at, it's going to be the DeWalt DWE402N angle grinder. As you can tell right here, this is going to be a very sweet grinder, guys. It's going to be corded. So let me go ahead and open this puppy up, and of course it comes with the instructions. Go ahead and throw that over there. It comes with your handle right here, which I know most of you probably just end up throwing it away, or you'll never end up seeing it. So put that on the side right there. Let's go ahead and pop this up. It comes with a Allen key to remove some items on it. So open up this baby, throw that box over there. So let's get started, guys. So first of all, this is going to be the DeWalt angle grinder right here that I myself picked. I end up loving this grinder. I've used it before, and of course for all you that only buy American made or made in the USA, well guys, guess what? This puppy's gonna be made in the USA, as you can tell right there. So this is gonna be for all you guys that only buy American. This is gonna be the item you're gonna go ahead and want to pick up. Of course, on top of that, you're gonna have a 3-year warranty on the DeWalt item. For all of y'all that don't know, DeWalt is owned by Black & Decker. Black & Decker owns Proto Tools, a bunch of other DeWalt, etc. You name it, they own a whole bunch of tools. So that's gonna be a little, I guess, history for y'all if y'all didn't know. So of course you're gonna have two sides that you can connect your handle, your left and right side over here, and it's gonna be a 4.5-inch wheel diameter grinder. You're gonna have a 1-inch long or 1 foot long body, so that's gonna be your overall length for this baby, not including your extension cord. Now it's gonna weigh in about 4.8 pounds. Now it's gonna have an 11 amp 1100 RPM motor. So if you are looking to buy a corded grinder, I would definitely go with the higher RPMs, or again, depending on what you're going to be doing. I myself will probably be beveling, grinding, buffing down a bunch of flanges, pipe, etc., and also using it for cutting. So that being said, you will need power to it. Of course, if you're a welder, pipe fitter, most of you are probably going to be carrying a generator with your welder. So that's going to be something to keep in mind. The more RPMs you're going to have, the more you're going to be able to buff out, grind, and faster. So of course, for all you that don't know what RPMs are, revolutions per minute, how many times it rotates. So it's going to be a one-touch grinder, allow for 360 degrees right here. The guard right here, it's gonna go ahead and just rotate. As you could hear it, it's just rotating without even having to click anything, which is pretty neat. But if you're trying to go back to the other side, you go ahead and press the little lever right here, which is pretty smooth, and just go ahead and rotate it back to the other way. So that's gonna be a little sweet item to have, which, like I said, this is gonna be the corded one. And of course your paddle switch is gonna be a safety feature right here. You're gonna have to pull it down and then go ahead and click it. One thing that you might want to consider, it does not stay on all the time. Your fingers are gonna have to, or you're gonna have to be pressing the trigger at all times, and that's just a safety feature to keep in mind. So of course that's gonna be the DeWalt grinder right here. Your total price on Amazon, you're looking at $77.94. So let's go ahead and put this baby to the side over here. We already took a look at it. So the next item that I would definitely recommend also, if you're not gonna want a corded grinder, then you're gonna go ahead and want to go with a cordless grinder. So this is the one that I have picked up. Let's go ahead and open it up. Amazon shipped it to me, and of course, as you can tell, it's all dinged up. I had already opened it also just to see what was in there and make sure everything was in there. So let's go ahead and bring this puppy up. Instructions. Got everything out. Throw that over there. So of course you're gonna have a guard right here. This is your first guard, and this is for your 5-inch diameter grinders that you're able to fit. And of course you're gonna have more of a safety, that way it catches more debris and debris doesn't go flying towards you. And you're also gonna have that single motion, one push, that way you could rotate it. So let's go ahead and move this baby. You have instructions, your Milwaukee instructions for it. You're gonna have your handle again, which, like I said, it's gonna go missing, and you're also gonna get a filter right here. So these little items right here go right onto this pops off, and they're filters. That way it prevents dust from going in there and messing up the brushless motors and keeping your item lasting longer. So it's gonna come with an extra one. Let's put that baby to the side. Your handle, again, left, right, or right, left, vice versa. So move this baby to the side. Again, it's gonna go missing, and you're gonna have your other 4.5-inch diameter, or 4.5-inch or 5-inch also protector guard right here. So you're gonna go ahead and remove the keys or your locking mechanisms, and you're gonna go ahead and slide it in there, and one-handed push also. So, and last but not least, your wrench right here, which the DeWalt also came with one, but I just don't know where I left it around the house. Who uses them? Most likely, or more than likely, you're probably going to be using some channel locks to take them off, or your bare hands to remove the buffing wheel or grinding wheel. So, of course, guys, this is going to be the Milwaukee 2781-20 grinder. So this puppy is going to be really nice, guys. I really love it. Like I said, I have another one for my work, and this baby works great. So this is going to be more of a portability, and depending on what you're going to be using, if you're going to be using it for a long time, then you're probably going to be using the 12-amp batteries, which is going to add a whole lot of weight. I mostly use these babies just for wherever I'm in a tight spot. Maybe you don't want to run any extension cord, or it's just a quick buffing, grinding, beveling, whatever the case is. You go ahead and pop this baby out. So key features on this is not made in the USA. So for all you that are looking for made in the USA items, this is not made in the USA. So that's going to be for that. It's also going to be a 13-inch long body with the weight of 5.8 pounds, and that's going to be without the battery. So again, depending on what batteries you're going to be, it's going to be powered by an 18-volt DC, 8,500 RPMs for the motor. Now, of course, Milwaukee has multiple batteries out there, as does DeWalt. I just have Milwaukee tools. I'm not saying or putting down DeWalt or anything. I just myself carry Milwaukee tools, and of course, this is the DeWalt. So again, that's gonna be that, and Milwaukee's gonna offer you an 5-year warranty. So another thing to keep in mind, guys, is they go based off the date you buy it, if you have the receipt. So take a picture of the receipt, file it, save it on a hard drive, whatever the case is, and whenever it breaks down, you could go back and take a look at it. If you do not have the receipt, then they're going to go based off the manufacture date. So if you ever buy tools, you know that those tools could probably sit about a year, year and a half, 2 years, 3 years. You lost 3 years of your warranty just because you didn't keep the receipt. So that's one thing to keep in mind. So also, it's going to have the 360-degree rotating protector, which I don't have it on here, of course. And another thing, guys, if you're working in a factory or anywhere commercial or just in a house and OSHA goes by and it sees you without the guard, that's a fine. So keep that in mind. So also, next thing is, the sweetest part about it is that I personally like to leave them on. That way I don't have to hold on no pedal. So this is going to be the slide switch lock. So as you can tell, it is on right there. So you go ahead and press it and it's going to pop off. So go ahead and just slide it on, and you could be grinding, beveling, buffing, cutting, whatever the case is. Just non-stop without having to press that button, you know, that motion, so you could just carry it on. Of course, it's a safety, but it does have some smart little Milwaukee stuff that as soon as it touches the ground or it feels pressure, it'll go ahead and turn off, or it'll go ahead and loose the RPMs on it. So that's another neat feature. So the main difference is going to be pricing and of course portability. So the pricing on this puppy right here, you're looking at $152.94 on Amazon. So is it worth it? It's gonna depend to what you are doing. Of course, I have both of them. They're both gonna have their own purpose. If I'm doing a bunch of grinding, buffing, cutting, whatever the case is, this is probably the better situation. The only downfall for this is that you always need power and you're gonna need to run an extension cord. If you gotta run it 100, 200 feet, 300 feet, whatever the case is, this is gonna be the one weakness for it. Of course, if you have your own generator, then all for it, this puppy would be amazing. Now, of course, most of the times when I'm doing work, I'm doing shutdowns, I'm doing a bunch of areas that don't have any power because the main power source is off, or they're working something, or there's no power nearby. So of course, that's why I like these babies right here, just because they're small. Also, you're not gonna get shocked if you have 120, maybe your extension cord is broken, it gets cut, a forklift runs it over, whatever the case is. This baby, you're gonna be limited to whatever batteries you have too. So let's say you have an 18 volt, they do drain the batteries pretty quick. So I would definitely recommend maybe having a 5.0 or a 9 amp battery, which, oh, there goes that. Which I happen to have a 9 amp battery right here. So of course, guys, this is gonna be a very sweet tool to have. It's pretty sweet, and like I said, the weight's gonna depend on what tools you're gonna have on what battery. So again, guys, let me know pros and cons, confined space, or if you're in a tight area, or maybe you don't want to get shocked, there's raining, whatever the case is, this baby would probably be better. But if you're doing a bunch of welding, a bunch of grinding, buffing, whatever it is, then this puppy would probably be the choice. Another thing to keep in mind, depending on what you're doing, if you're a welder, more than likely you're gonna want 2 of each, and the reason is you're gonna want a buffing wheel on one and a grinding wheel on the other. That way you don't have to be switching blades or wheels around. So of course, guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. What kind of grinder yourself has, and what do you use them for, and what kind of blades you use. So as always, guys, thanks for watching. One tool a week, guys.